Hello, everyone. Hello. Good evening, morning. Greetings from Hermosillo, Sonora. This is your teacher, Joey. And now I will explain you what we're going to do. We're going to have our feedback and we're going to talk about a little TOEFL test. What's TOEFL test? Well, first, as we said here in the definition, I'm going to make like a zoom out. And I'm going to turn it into Spanish. Sorry, English. There you go. Well, according to the definition that we have here, the TOEFL stands the TOEFL for refers about test of English as a foreign language. So there are many instruments or tools that measure our English and the different abilities: listening, reading, and writing. So this, according to the definition here, I'm gonna make it zoom out. I think it's not working at all. Oh, yeah, I have to make like a zoom in instead zoom out. Oh, there you go. So, according to the definition, it says the TOEFL measures the English language ability of non-native speakers wishing to enroll in English-speaking universities. The test is accepted by many English-speaking academic and professional institutions. TOEFL is one of the two major English language tests in the world. The other being the IELTS. No, IELTS. The difference between the IELTS and the TOEFL is that it uses the American variety, and meanwhile the IELTS use the British one. And well, TOEFL is a trademark of Educational Testing Services. That's the company, a private nonprofit organization which designs and administers the test. ETS issues official score reports, which are independently to institutions and are valid for 2 years following the test. Now, so when you do this test, you have 2 years. It expires after 2 years. So probably in your country, there must be an official institution that applies that TOEFL exam. This is just to give you a little slight definition what TOEFL is. So now we're gonna go to our feedback, but if you don't remember, we're gonna check the how does it work. No, so we have a mock exam, but in case that you didn't register yet, so I will show you again how to register. Hello. So now we're gonna back here to the browser. This is the pageschoology.com, and you can find it through Google or your favorite browser. The thing that you need to do is to sign up. You have to sign up as a student, and you will be asked for a code. The code is this one. Okay. This is the code now. You need to only copy it. This code. You just copy it, and you will paste it on the main page. Okay, so that's the only thing that you need to do. You can use your current email account, or you can create one specifically. I don't know if there are issues using Outlook or other accounts, but with Gmail there's no problem. So we're gonna just go back again. I just logged out from my session, and then we're gonna just press the button. This right there here. It's right there here in the button. There's not a group. You have to enroll like a student. Once that you get there, it will ask you the code. You just need to paste it. I will put the code over the details and here in the video. Over there you will find it, and you can just cut click. It will ask you your information, so make sure that you use an email account that you remember, or you create a specific one. Don't forget it. In case that you do it, there's a button to remind you your forgotten password, and that's it. There's no big deal. Okay, so now I'm gonna explain just a little what is this test. Now, so actually I prepared for you this this was like a little gift from teacher Joey to all students, to all learners from different parts of the world. Meanwhile, I would like to greet people, my friends from Turkey, my dear friend Ertan. He must be looking this video too, and other students now who had been working so hard, Shalar and others. Okay, so once that you get there, you will see this like my screen, no? Then you got directly to courses. In case that you have already made an account, you just have to go in the bottom that says courses, and when you get there, you just see this is the name of the course, and then you find out the materials over there. So there's the diagnostic test, this is a writing structure, this is the audio test, and this is the writing test, sorry, reading part. So this is a mock exam. This is a mock exam of the TOEFL test. Make sure that you have a good connection. In case that you have any trouble, just let me know by sending me a message. And now we will see that we're gonna start by the audio test. We're gonna explain the skills. After you finish, I'm gonna um, habilitate the page now to see where you committed a mistake, and then I'm gonna explain you like the skills that you need to use. So in English, as I mentioned it, so we are measuring the structure, the listening, and the reading. So this is the ITP test. This is the writing test. There's a computer test that it's the TOEFL IBT. That's something similar. And the only thing that you are evaluated in speaking, no, it's similar to IELTS. Actually, it's the direct competency from IELTS. Also, we have the TOEIC that I will later be explaining of the different types of instruments for measuring English. Okay, so let's continue. I'm gonna show you now what are the skills that you need to improve. I will prepare, I'm thinking of making like sections to give a further definition of each skill, but meanwhile, I'm just gonna say normal, general. But in further videos, I will be uploading like examples and activities that you need to follow up to improve that skill. All right, so let's gonna start with, as I mentioned it, this is gonna be the first part. This is the listening skill. Gonna make here the note. Well, the first skills are these ones. These are the first skills that will display. It's the strategies. The strategies for listening. The skill number one, it's focus on the last line. Focus on the last line. This is you have to listen just the last part. You will find your answer. So I'm gonna explain it just general. Then the second skill is choose answer with synonyms. Synonyms, they are words that are different, no, but they have similarities, no, to mention one thing to another. For example, car, vehicle, no. So it's not exactly the same word, but you find out that the car it's a vehicle. Then avoid similar sounds in English. That's something really typical. And the best way to understand this is just to practice. For example, there are many words like, for example, or, like the or and or. It's very funny, right? Or, no? Or like the mineral, and the or like the thing that you use to pull your boat, no? So it's like really complicated, no? But just to give you an example that in English it has like similar sounds. And then how can we know the word is through the context, yeah? So this is the first one. So there are like strategies, and then the next ones are using the who, what, and where properly. This is like very challenging. Really pronounce the way to use it correctly. It's something that's challenging too. So who, what, where, these are the relative pronouns. Then you need to add here this draw conclusions about who, what, and where. Listen for who and what in passive, and listen for who and what with multiple nouns. So this is like combination of clauses. The who, it's used for describe, well, for relate people or a person, and what is normally with objects. But look here, it's like it says in passives. No, so passives is something, it's the when the doer of the action becomes passive. So there's a lot of information, but don't worry, I will explain these skills. So I'm just gonna show them like general. And the next ones are the negatives in English. All right, these are the negatives. It says we have here listen for negative expressions. and listen for double negative expressions, and listen for almost negative expressions, so they're not like completely negative, right? So we need to pay close attention. These are like really tricky, no, because you must listen to something that's like it has a negative connotation but it's not. Then listen for negative with comparatives. That's another, no, using the negative with comparatives. And then we're gonna look to functions. Okay, now we are moving to skill 11. Says listen for expressions of agreement, listen for expressions of uncertainty. Now, so that you use the models not to express like uncertainty, like I don't feel, I'm not sure about, and certainly, you know. So this is like you're expressing uncertain, no? Then listen for emphatic expression of surprises, okay, or surprise. Then also contrary meanings. So listen for wishes and listen for untrue condition. No, that's a real conditional, the conditional type 2. You see, there are four types of conditional. There's the zero that expresses something that's a fact or that's always true, physics facts. The number one, it expresses possibility. The number two, it expresses unreal conditions. And the number three expresses lamentable regrets. And now we're gonna find out one of the, well, these are like challenging, not the idiomatic ones, idiomatic language, you know. So that's typical in all languages, the idiomatic expression. So it's the best way is to get them from movies, or maybe you have a native friend that you can speak with him. So for example, play by the ear. So playing by the ears is like you're gonna play an instrument with the ear or something. No, it's not literal. No, they are not literal, the expressions with the idiomatic expressions. So I will show. There you go. We have here listen for two and three part verbs and listen for idioms. No, so normally they are the listen for two and three part verbs are the phrasal verbs, and they are often used in spoken English, and you will find it out in movies and the colloquial spoken language, and those are the typical phrases, no, that you will listen in real life. Then this section, it's exclusively for long conversations. That's the headache of all foreign students, no, no native speakers. No, this the long conversations that you get stressed. So how can I get all the information necessary to respond at the same time? You have to coordinate your brain, reading the worksheet at the same time answering. So it's like a, you know, you have to do a one thing at the same time to another. No, so it's like headache, completely headache. So we have anticipate the topics. That's one of the techniques, anticipating the topics and anticipating the questions. So it's exactly strategy, guys. You don't need to pay attention of the full information and record, or I mean memorize it, right? Because we tend to memorize all the cassette, all the audio, and then oh my god, I can how can I get the full track if it's like 5 minutes? No, like academic one. No, do you see the Toefl topics? They are academically or about news, about forecast, weather. There are many topics, and we still in this long conversations. No, it says determining the topics. No, while listening, determining the topic, draw conclusions about who, what, when, where. Okay, you can start using these relative pronouns on who, what, where, and listen for answers in order. No, so we're gonna listen for answers in order. We have to pay attention, like they during the speaking. Then you can listen how's developing the conversation. No, and then the next ones are the long talks. Long talks are really frustrating sometimes. We have before listening, anticipate the topics again, anticipate the questions. So you see that are like repeated. And also we have determine the topic, draw conclusions. It's like they are like repeated again. As you can see, there are some strategies repeated for the different, even though that there are different types of conversations, we're using the same abilities. No, so before listening, it's as you see, anticipate the topics, anticipate the questions. Maybe by listening the first lines, you can get the topic, what's gonna be about, what are they going to to ask you during the conversation. And again, we have here determine the topic, draw conclusion about who, what, when, where. We have while listening, right? And listen to answers in order. So then, as I said, there's normally they mention it chronologically, and then we need to like pay attention to keywords. And then casual conversations, no casual conversations, they could talk about many type of topics, and these are casual conversations. Casual conversations, they set on a particular topic, so they continue up following talking about particular topics, and then we need to find out, identify like the topics they're talking, and then expect or try to figure out what's gonna be the type of question that we're gonna be asked. And then I think that these are the most challenging ones, are the academic discussions. These are the longest one, and they use terms that we don't identify because we are not like to know all the, for example, technician work. Sometimes we need to just deduce the information that we are listening, and it's recognize the organization, listen for direct and indirect details, visualize the passage. No, so for example, if they're talking about the biology class, talking about geography, talking about anatomy, you need to be like very, very, how can I explain, perceptive about the information that they're telling. And then the last ones, the lectures, the academic lectures. Actually, if you see, they are collocated at the end. Yes, it's because the rate of difficulty that they might have. So then the same strategies is recognize the organization, listen for direct and indirect details, visualize the passage. And that it, guys. This is it about the listening part. And then I think that I'm gonna make another video explaining the structure, now the writing structure, and finally the reading section. So meanwhile, I'm just gonna mention the skills, and later I'm gonna be uploading the different types of skills, techniques, and activities that will help you to improve your score. And as well, I will show you how to get your score. For example, if you, now that you made or that you answered this mock exam, this simulation of TOEFL test, I'll explain you how to get the results, how to see how much did you get using the TOEFL score variety. So hope that you like it, and if you got lower results or you are not satisfied with them, don't worry. This is just like a diagnostic, and I will post a post diagnostic, well, a post test. The post test, it will be after checking this. I'm gonna make like the task of uploading skills, or the skills, explaining them, giving exercises, and after finishing doing the skills and practicing, we're gonna compare our last results with the new ones. No, we're gonna do the post test. In the post test, we're gonna find out that we improve. I'm completely sure. And well, guys, that will pretty much it for this section. I'm gonna be uploading by sections the other skills. I hope that you like it. So this was like my gift, and on January 27th. But you can find it out. You can still find out this information. That's for you. Enjoy it, and I wish you a very nice day. Take care, and see you soon.